Imagine Central Asia in the late 15th century. The once mighty Timurid Empire is in ruins. Welcome to Cryptic Mystic Vault, where we unravel the secrets of ancient mysteries. Timur, the legendary conqueror known as Tamerlane, is long dead. His descendants, riven by internal strife, are locked in a deadly power struggle. This isn't just a family squabble. The fate of an empire hangs in the balance. Into this power vacuum steps a figure destined to reshape the map of Central Asia, Shaybani Khan. This isn't the story of empires at their peak. This is a tale of ambition, ruthlessness, and the violent birth pangs of new powers. The Timurids, descendants of the fearsome Timur, had presided over a golden age, but like all empires, their time in the sun couldn't last forever. By the late 1400s, their grip on power was weakening. Internecine warfare, that cancer of empires, was eating away at their unity. Provinces, once tightly controlled, began to slip from their grasp. This wasn't a sudden collapse, but a slow, grinding decline. And into this crumbling edifice stepped ambitious new powers, eager to claim their piece of the fallen giant. Among these contenders for power were the Uzbeks, a nomadic people hardened by the harsh realities of steppe life. For generations they had existed on the periphery of the Timurid realm, a constant source of pressure and occasional alliance. But with the decline of their overlords, the Uzbeks sensed an opportunity. They were a people on the move, driven by the winds of change and the promise of conquest. They were looking for a leader to unite them, someone to forge them into a weapon that could carve out a new empire from the ashes of the old. Shaybani Khan wasn't born a king. He was, however, born into a world of chaos and opportunity. A descendant of Genghis Khan himself, Shaybani inherited a legacy of conquest and a thirst for power. He rose to prominence among the Uzbeks through a combination of cunning, ruthlessness, and military skill. He understood that to unite the disparate Uzbek tribes, he needed more than just lineage. He needed victories. He needed to offer them something they craved: plunder, glory, and a chance to supplant the waning Timurid power. Shaybani was a master of tribal politics. He forged alliances, often through marriage, and ruthlessly eliminated his rivals. He understood the nomadic mindset, the deep-seated desire for a strong leader who could deliver them from uncertainty and into an age of prosperity. He wasn't just a warlord, he was a unifier, a figure who could channel the raw potential of the Uzbek people into a force to be reckoned with. His early campaigns were swift and brutal. He targeted fractured Timurid provinces, exploiting their weakness and playing rivals against each other. He offered a simple choice: submit or be destroyed. Many chose the former, cowed by his growing reputation and the ferocity of his warriors. With each victory his army swelled, bolstered by the vanquished and those who sought to ride his coattails to glory. As Shaybani's power grew, so too did his ambitions. He set his sights on the crown jewel of the Timurid Empire, Samarkand, a city steeped in history and symbolic of Central Asian dominance. But standing in his path was another ambitious young ruler, Zahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur, the founder of what would become the Mughal Empire in India. Their rivalry would become the stuff of legend, a clash of titans vying for control of Central Asia's destiny. Babur, a descendant of Timur from another branch of the family, was a formidable opponent. He was a brilliant military strategist and a charismatic leader in his own right. Their initial encounters were a chess match, a series of thrusts and parries as both rulers tested the other's mettle. But Shaybani held a crucial advantage: the unwavering loyalty of his battle-hardened Uzbek warriors, men who had followed him through countless campaigns and were fiercely devoted to their Khan. They clashed in a series of battles, each one a testament to the military prowess of both leaders. Cities changed hands, alliances were forged and broken, and the fate of Central Asia hung in the balance. But Shaybani, through a combination of strategic brilliance and sheer willpower, began to gain the upper hand. He understood the importance of logistics, choosing his battles carefully, and ensuring his troops were supplied even on long campaigns. Shaybani Khan was a master of steppe warfare. He understood the power of mobility, the devastating impact of a well-timed cavalry charge. His army was built around the core of his Uzbek horsemen, men who lived and breathed warfare on horseback. They were the terror of the steppes, lightning fast and brutally effective. But Shaybani wasn't just a one-trick pony. He understood the importance of adaptability, of tailoring his tactics to the terrain and the enemy he faced. He employed a mix of maneuver and deception, often feigning retreats to draw his enemies into carefully prepared ambushes. He utilized a tactic known as the feigned flight, where his cavalry would pretend to break and flee, drawing the enemy into a pursuit that would inevitably lead them into a trap. Imagine the scene, the enemy, flushed with what they believe is victory, charging headlong after the retreating Uzbeks, only to be met by the full force of Shaybani's army, lying in wait. He also understood the importance of siege warfare. While his cavalry was the hammer of his army, he knew that to control Central Asia, he needed to capture its cities. He employed skilled engineers who could construct siege engines and undermine walls, allowing his forces to breach even the most formidable defenses. His victories weren't just about brute force. They were testament to his strategic acumen and his understanding of the technology of war. If Shaybani Khan had not succeeded in his conquests, Central Asia might have remained fragmented and vulnerable to external invasions. The power vacuum could have allowed other emerging powers, such as the Safavids or the Mughals, to dominate the region earlier. This shift in power dynamics could have altered trade routes, cultural exchanges, and even the spread of technologies, significantly impacting the course of history in Central Asia and beyond. Imagine a world where the Safavids extended their influence across the steppes, bringing their unique blend of Persian culture and Shia Islam to the heart of Central Asia. Or envision the Mughal Empire, already a melting pot of cultures expanding northward, integrating the rich traditions of the Uzbeks into their vast empire. The languages spoken, the art and architecture, the very fabric of society could have been different. Trade routes might have shifted, influencing the flow of goods and ideas between East and West. Technological advancements too could have taken different paths. The transfer of knowledge, the development of new techniques in warfare, agriculture and art, all these could have been altered by a single figure's success or failure. Shaybani Khan's conquests were more than just territorial gains. They were pivotal moments that shaped the region's history. His ability to unite the fragmented tribes under his banner created a stable and powerful state that could resist external pressures and influence the broader geopolitical landscape. In the grand tapestry of history, the threads of Shaybani Khan's legacy are woven deeply, affecting not just Central Asia, but the world at large. His victories and the state he built were crucial in defining the cultural and political contours of the region, leaving an indelible mark that echoes through the centuries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into the symbols that shape our world.